A family did everything right for 30 years, maxed the savings, stayed invested through every downturn, and built real wealth. But hackers got into their email, found an investment statement sitting in the inbox, and they stole everything. I'm Josh Maley, the president of Modern Capital, and I've been dedicated to refining the retirement experience for over 25 years. I saw that story years ago, but what happened to that family is happening right now at scale to people exactly like you, and most of it is completely preventable. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how these scams work and the specific steps you can take to protect your family. If that kind of real talk is useful to you, hit subscribe. We put out a new video every week. Chapter 1, your email inbox is a financial crime scene. The breach in that story didn't start at the brokerage. It started in something like a Gmail, Apple, or Outlook inbox. Think about what's in your inbox right now. Monthly statements from your brokerage, account confirmation emails from your IRA, tax documents, and wire transfer receipts. Every one of those emails contains bits of intel that criminals use for financial identity theft. And most people treat their email password with the same seriousness they treat a Netflix login, right? The way attackers get into email is usually as simple as a phishing email that looks like it's from a company you trust. So you click a link, enter your credentials on a fake page, and now the attackers are in. Or your email password is the same one you used on a site that had a data breach 3 years ago. Credential databases from old breaches get sold on the dark web constantly. If your password was part of any breach, it could be on a list that criminals are actively using. We really need to stop treating our inboxes like a filing cabinet. Chapter 2, the phone number trick that locks you out of your own money. First, you should know that once the attacker is in your email, the playbook is this. Find a financial institution, identify the account, and go change the phone number on file. Almost every financial institution uses a text message or a phone call to a number on file as a verification layer when you log in, reset your password, or authorize a wire transfer. It's called multi-factor authentication, which means that if you know the password and you have access to that phone number, you are, as far as the institution is concerned, the account owner. So the attacker changes the phone number by bypassing certain safeguards. Now your institution's two-factor codes go to a phone that the attacker controls, not yours. And they reset your password, giving them the ability to submit a wire transfer request. And you have no idea it's happening because the confirmation emails go back to the email account the scammer already controls. The defense against this specific attack is to call your financial institution and ask them to require additional verification before any contact information on the account can be changed. Some institutions will let you set a verbal password or a PIN that has to be spoken before any account changes go through. That one step makes the phone number swap way harder to pull off. Chapter 3, why retirees are the primary target. The math isn't subtle. Scammers target retirees because they have larger balances and they don't monitor their accounts as often as they should. According to the FBI's 2025 Internet Crime Complaint Center report, Americans 60 and older reported $7.748 billion in losses to fraud. There was 201,266 complaints with the average loss per victim about $38,500. And 12,444 victims in that age group each lost more than $100,000. The FBI also noted that losses for victims 60 and older rose 59% year over year. There are organized criminal enterprises, some of them overseas, running what are essentially call centers dedicated to separating retirees from their savings. The next tactic can give you some more peace of mind. Chapter 4, the separate financial email account. Easiest move you're not making. Why does this work? Because most phishing attacks succeed through volume and misdirection. You get 80 emails a day at your regular email address, so you glance at a fraudulent one that looks like it's from Chase, click on a dangerous link. But if the only emails that ever go to your financial address are actual financial statements, a phishing email going to that address is immediately obvious because you're not expecting anything. And if you never give that address to anybody, it doesn't end up in data breaches tied to other sites. The other benefit is that if an attacker gets into your regular email, they don't automatically find your financial accounts because the statements aren't there. They've broken into one room and the safe is in a different room that they don't know about. Chapter 5, password hygiene without making it complicated. Now here are 2 rules for passwords without making it too complicated. First rule, every online account needs its own password. People get in trouble when someone tries a username and password combination stolen from one breach on 50 other sites because most people reuse the same 3 or 4 passwords everywhere. If your password from a 2019 LinkedIn breach is the same one on your Fidelity account, you're one criminal database purchase away from a real problem. Second rule, use a password manager. I hear people say they don't trust password managers, and I get it. But the alternative is that you're either reusing passwords or writing them down somewhere. A reputable password manager generates a completely random, unique password for every site, stores it encrypted, and autofills it when you log in. You only have to keep up with one master account. Most of the time, your password manager won't recognize the fake web address and won't autofill your data. This can be a sign that you're looking at a scammer's website. Chapter 6, what to do if you think your accounts have already been touched. Now, When you think you've been scammed, the most expensive thing you can do is to go slow. First, call your financial institution directly. The key is to go to the institution's official website, find the customer service number, and call that. A lot of these schemes are designed to intercept the victim calling in by sending a fake alert with a fake callback number. You call the fake number, you're talking to the scammer pretending to be your bank, and now they're walking you through steps to allegedly secure your account that are really steps to hand over access to the criminal. Next, freezing your credit costs nothing and it takes about 15 minutes. You go to Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion individually and request a security freeze. This prevents anyone from opening new credit in your name, which is a common secondary attack after an account takeover. The FBI's guidance on elder fraud explicitly recommends credit freezes as a fast response measure. What if a wire transfer has already gone out? Call your institution immediately and ask about a wire recall. Banks can sometimes reverse a wire if it's caught within the same business day, but that window closes very fast. You can also file a complaint with the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center. The data they collect helps drive enforcement action, and your report matters even if you never recover your money. Chapter 7. The long con, romance scams, and fake advisor fraud. Everything we've talked about so far involves an attacker breaking into your accounts. Romance scams and fake advisor fraud are different and can be even more dangerous. These are technically called authorized push payment fraud, or APP fraud. The idea is that the scammer doesn't need to steal. They convince you to send money voluntarily. And the way they do that is by spending weeks or months building a relationship with you first. The SEC's Investor Education Division has a specific warning for what they call relationship investment scams, including schemes where the attacker's whole job is long-term relationship grooming before the financial ask. According to Deloitte's research, US APP fraud losses hit an estimated $8.3 billion in 2024. The imposter scam category alone, which includes romance and fake advisor schemes, grew from $960 million in 2020 to about $2.5 billion in 2024. That's a 27% average annual growth rate, which proves fraud is paying off, and that's why it's on the rise. Red flags are almost always the same though. The relationship moves faster than normal, money comes up, an investment opportunity gets mentioned. Someone you met online is asking you about your finances or steering you toward a platform you've never heard of. Stop the conversation. Real relationships don't require you to invest anything. Share this video with someone you care about, a parent, a sibling, or anyone over 60 with real savings. And if you want to talk about how your own accounts are set up and whether your financial plan has any of these risks, our team at Modern Capital is ready to take a look. Schedule a call with us through the link in our bio.